2, 1. Bam.
Welcome to the Nissan Nation. I'm Danny, your host.
I'm
the
Dave.
Groot, and that's Dave. Dave, the All-Terrain Nation guru of Broncos. Well, at least the guru of the Bronco production line at this point. Hoping to someday be the new gen Bronco aficionado. We'll see if he ever gets one. The jury's still out. I don't know if they're actually making them. I think those are all CGIs that we've seen so far. But yeah, we've been out for a while. I went and did some training. We had a little bit of we had one show. That was this show, right? We did that show.
You and Ricky Bobby did one. You interviewed.
Yeah, but and I think we did. Did I hop on your show while I was either way?
Yeah.
I was gone almost all of March, and Dave was doing his thing, and so tonight I called Dave and I said, "Listen, Dave, it's been too long. We need to hop in here and we need to have a chat. We need a high five. We need to get with our constituency, and just chat a little bit and say hi. Say hi to all the sweet peeps out there, yeah, just have a drink. What are you drinking tonight, Dave?
Well, first off, if you're a headphone user, you're going to want to back off just a minute because what is going on, Nissan Nation? Whoa! Yeah, I'm happy to be back, Dan. I'm happy to be over here.
Wow.
Sorry.
Wow.
Sorry. I had to do a live show the other day, Dan, without you. I was like, I'm missing my home base. Every once in a while, you got to go home. You know.
Yeah. That's why I called you tonight. We need to slide into home here for a little bit. We got Nissan Hawaii Nation out there. Our homie Ronald, Frank B. What's going on? Hey guys, share this link. Since we haven't been on in a while, we're probably not trending like we normally do, and we're probably not getting the quite the push through the waves of all the things. So if you guys would share the link out so that we can get some people notified that we're actually doing this again.
But first off, it's Maker's Mark Day, Dan. I was going with Bullet, and if you guys listen to the All-Terrain Nation show, Danny's always like, Dave, you gotta broaden your approach with the whiskeys, and I'm like, I do, Dan. Like, I keep going. My home is the the Bullet, but for Danny, I went Maker's Mark.
Classed it up a little bit. I appreciate it, Dave. I appreciate it.
Pinky is up too, buddy.
Pinky's up. I'm drinking a nice little Golden Road hazy IPA. It's kind of my preferred IPA. If I'm going to drink a IPA, it's going to be hazy.
Yeah.
Nice and juicy with a slight floral after. You know what I'm saying?
Classy, Dan. That's very, very classy.
Throw some comments. What are you guys sipping on this evening?
Yeah, what's going on, everybody? Like,
push through the things. Yeah, Dave pushes through all the things.
Yeah, I like to push through things. So, Danny, I've got a couple comments. So, as long as you've known me, I've worn my hat backwards. Like, I'll wear the old NMP hats, like with the logo out. But I've never on All-Terrain Nation, I've gotten more comments about my soul patch and my hat than I could get on a lot of things, man. And I had this dude the other day. He's like, "Look, old man, you just need to turn your hat around." And I just text back, and I was like, "I don't want to, bro. Like." What?
Yeah.
What? I mean, and look at my shirt. Look at this classy.
That makes me want to do a hat turn. Why is the hat turnaround thing not cool anymore?
I don't know, man, and I don't care. I'm a product of the mid '90s, so is what it is. Wait.
The soul patch, Dave, is definitely like a.
Hey, I'll be right back.
Dave is rolling to an emergency. He's scooting out on his bright orange shoes, which means he'll probably be back very quickly. Wanted to say hi to Cordetti Motorsports. What's up, boy? Good to see you in the house. Frank B can't afford the Makers and selling the juke. Oh, yeah. Dave's hurting because now he doesn't even have a car because he thought his Bronco was going to show up, but it never did. So now he's running everywhere. That's why he bought those fancy shoes. Oh, hey, Dave. Sorry.
What? Are you dogging my shoes on your show now?
Well, I was saying it's a good thing you have all those shoes because all the walking you're doing because your truck's never going to show up.
Oh, whatever, man. Whatever. I mean, where's that Frontier, Dan? Where's that next Frontier?
I mean, they didn't say it was coming out yet.
What I heard was it's supposed to be out late summer.
Yeah, well, it's not late summer. It's early summer, Dave.
It's not
We
even
haven't
summer yet.
hit our deadline, so you can't talk shit until after our deadline.
Okay, well, that's fine. I mean, no, with you guys, come on. All the Bronco shit is very welcome because, like, I've mentioned this on my show, man, that COVID for any of these makers, including Nissan,
Everybody's host.
but I don't want to hear COVID excuses anymore. I want to just, this is the world we're living in right now, so stop using that as a crutch. Then this is my opinions. Stop using that as a crutch, and let's just say, hey, we're doing the best we can, and we're moving forward. Stop. I constantly see like, especially the Ford guys, man. They're well, it's just, COVID did this to us. No, COVID did that to you last year. This is this year. We got new problems.
Yeah, for sure. I'm sorry. Someone mentioned the BMW, but I don't want to talk about that yet.
Yeah, that's a sore subject right now, guys.
But Nissan said they cut production by 130,000 vehicles in the last quarter last year, and they're starting to hit 50% of that. They did say that they were going to cover their operating costs this year. They're projected to do that in this first quarter, which is good. Maybe that's because operating costs are 50%. you know, like, are they covering operating costs because they're just not making that many vehicles?
Well,
but the microchip, or the processor chip, whatever you want to call it, that is really, really like hammering everybody right now. And I didn't want to bring it up as like the big topic tonight, but it is something that we need to chat about for a minute because it's like personally affected me more recently, just because one of the things I wanted to chat about is the midsize SUV thing. I actually went out and drove a bunch of them a couple weeks ago.
That's right, yeah.
So I wanted to chat a little bit about that. But one of the things was, stock for everything is, we got one or two of those. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I think the vehicle I saw the most of was a Ford Explorer. They had quite a few of those. And I think that's just because Ford probably is really pumping volume, and they were able to get, a little bit more volume than other manufacturers is my guess. But man, it's huge. I've talked to a good friend of mine that has a big Ford dealership, and his inventory, which is usually any car, it's the biggest Ford dealership in the U.S. I mean, they have other dealerships as well, but they're huge, and his inventory is just completely low compared to what we've seen. So, and it's Ford. I think Ford just announced, Dave, you can weigh in on this. Ford just announced they're cutting back a ton of volume on basically across their lines. The F-150, the Super Duties. Do you remember what it was? The Ranger, the Bronco. They're cutting huge productions across the line, right?
Well, they are, and the biggest one, Danny. I know I've been tracking Ford a lot, but the biggest manufacturer that's been hurt through all this is GM. And why you say GM? They're just as big as Ford. Well, the problem was December of 2019. GM was going through some labor problems with the UAW, and they had the plant shut down for a month. And then as soon as they get firing back up, there's a month of not making vehicles, and then they fire it right back up. And a month and a half later, they shut it all down for a couple months. So
that's right. So
finding a Silverado,
they weren't pumping.
Is a big problem right now. Nissan's been pretty good with this. That's the one thing about Nissan with low volume right now is they didn't get hurt as much.
It's helping them.
Yeah.
I think it's helped them. And that's probably where the whole, we're going to be able to cover our operating costs came through. This kind of gave them, it's like if you're watching racing and all of a sudden, one guy's 50 miles back and all of a sudden there's a crash, yellow flag comes out, everybody gets back in the group. It's kind of leveling a little bit of the playing field, I feel.
Well, I've always said Nissan has a bad. Their timing is never great, but I think in this, it hurts because I know my friends and family who all work for Nissan here locally. The plant here in Smyrna, Tennessee, I know Truckline is only running about 200 a day each shift, and that they're capable of 550 easily. And so they're just trickling things out now. Now, luckily, people haven't lost their jobs over it or been laid off right now, so that's a plus. But yeah, the auto world right now, Danny, the biggest thing, I know microchips come up quite a bit. because that's something flashy that the news can get a hold of. But one of the biggest hurdles right now is aluminum. And a lot of people don't realize that because, with Ford has a big push with aluminum for all their bodies. Well, Chevy does too. Now the next Frontier is going to have a lot of aluminum panels on it. And like you just can't get aluminum right now. So that's one of the major hurdles. That and resin right now. They're having a lot of problems getting resin.
Yeah, the steel and aluminum. I mean, if you talk to any fabricator or somebody that's a builder, right now, it's almost like a 40% increase in prices. And it's across the board. If you look at lumber, if you got a couple toothpicks, you're a freaking millionaire these days.
Oh, of course, yeah.
I was walking around with a 2x4 and almost got mugged the other day.
Yeah, that's.
But yeah, the prices of things. I mean, we're running out of gas though, so it doesn't really matter. So I mean, it doesn't really matter if you have a car these days. You're not going to be able to put gas in it anyways.
Well,
let me ask you this. On the East Coast.
Let me ask you this: so, are you guys having any fuel problems? Because I think you guys have local refineries, so it always amazes me.
We get our gas from different places, and you guys, we have local refineries. So it hasn't affected us yet.
You know what's amazing to me is we get a lot of crude from Canada. So that was part of the whole pipeline stuff. Whatever your politics is, that's part of that pipeline issue was they were trying to get more crude down this way. But what's funny is Canada is now having fuel shortages because guess what? We refine it, then pump it right back to them. Gotcha. So Canada is having just as much problems as we are. But I will say here there's been lots of shortages locally for fuel, which is a bummer. But it's been mostly just people being dumb and just rushing.
It's a toilet paper phenomenon, right?
Yes.
Like I think there was definitely gonna be a bit of a shortage, but when people see that it's a shortage, they get into the world. They think that they need to fill up. I saw pictures of people filling up plastic totes.
Yes.
Putting them in the back of their cars. People filling up like doubled up trash bags. I saw a picture of somebody's trunk full of doubled up trash bags and gas.
You know what's funny is that gas will eat through those bags quickly.
Oh yeah. We were having a good joke about it. I was waiting for somebody to show a picture of someone trying to fill up a styrofoam cooler, like because styrofoam just melts and then it turns into that was the old anarchist cookbook trick, styrofoam into gas, man.
Yeah.
It's like a cheap man's napalm or something like that.
Oh, nice. But yeah, so I know here locally, the pipeline literally runs. It's maybe a mile from my house.
Oh wow!
Yeah, like it's. I mean, it's all underground, but that Colonial pipeline that's having the problems, and that's better be a wake up call to a lot of people. Is they're pretty sure, and this is a little political, but they're pretty sure this was a Russian hack. Whatever your beliefs about our current president, like he better show some strength. The world is in chaos right now. We are prime, Danny, to be in the 1970s again. We're prime for fuel shortages, lots of problems in the Middle East, and we've got a potential.
Could you imagine if we went back to like some weird whack cars? Because
that's where I was going. We're about to.
Yeah,
the quality
the
could
70s
be a problem.
Was so bad for so many cars.
Yeah. So we're in a crazy world right now, man. But I'm live one day at a time, and we just move on, and we love one Nissan at a time, Danny. But so I did this last week or last Saturday. I have to apologize to Joe Taylor, moderator extraordinaire, because on my All Terrain Nation show, he had hit me up, Danny, a while back, and said, "Hey, what, Dave? Did you know that the Frontier and the Fairlady Z was going to be at your local Cars and Coffees?" And I was like, yeah, I knew it, and I just kind of went off like I just didn't care, and I really right now I don't care too much, but I think I went a little hard at Joe in the paint there, and I want to say I was sorry to Joe about that. It was really.
Dave, you're jaded now.
Well, I'm always jaded. No, I do love the brand. My problem with let's just get into this, Dan. So my problem with Nissan and the Frontier right now is, yeah, there's been some outlets like TFL got to go to the design studios and see it. But my problem is with Nissan right now in the Frontier is they've let all these TikTokers go view it. And the problem with TikTok guy is he's not a car guy or a truck guy. And I watched this one dude going on and on about cup holders and the tailgate and all this stuff. And I was like, this guy don't know what he's talking about, but all Nissan wants is its butts in front of videos. But I'm like, if at the end of the day, if this is the audience that you're chasing, who aren't truck people to begin with, all you're doing is throwing good money at bad. Like you're not.
Yeah.
You need to let people like this show or my buddy Tim with Pickup Trucks and SUVs get their hands on these vehicles and start letting them drive them a little bit, or just more than a walk around on these things, because I was told that we would see them by summer, that they're actually pushing ahead with this. And also, remember when Z came out, I was reporting that Z was supposed to be out late summer, and people were going nuts about that. And the last time I think I looked on Nissan's website, they showed the 300Z not available to order, or the 370Z. So as long as everything, the tea leaves look good right now, I think we're going to see a bunch of cool cars this summer. And Nissan, we've been there before, guys. This channel's pretty honest, but we love your brand. So Danny's over there going, I'll take a Frontier adventure.
I'll take a Z. Let's go on a Z adventure.
Oh yeah, that's the adventure.
That would be a fun one. But I you know what? They haven't quite
a lot of vape,
blown their
lot
timeline.
Of vape on that one.
A lot of vaping. Nice one, Dave. Yeah, they haven't blown their timeline yet. I'm thinking we're gonna, if they do it, it'll probably be August, September.
Ricky Bobby, jump on Discord.
Oh, Ricky Bobby, what up, my bro? I haven't talked to him in a hot minute too.
I know.
That guy's tweaked himself out a million different ways. He had surgery like you.
Oh, we shoulder buddies.
You guys are shoulder buddies. Busted freaking my man arms.
Hey man,
but
it's no joke, buddy.
Dave, I need you to take it because I'm out, so I gotta lean over into the old fridge.
Oh well, this is gonna take a while. Ding 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 ding. Anyways, Ricky Bobby, if you want to join in, man, hit us up on Discord. But Dan, I will say this. You know how excited I was for the Frontier. Like 5 years, well, really 6, 7 now, we've been talking about this damn truck, and we've had pictures for a couple years on it. And just their handling of it is just, like, I thought the reveal was horrible, because we really haven't got to talk about this on the Nissan side. So I did the whole watch them, Eddie George and a few people, Tim Tebow, people that were has-beens. Like it was a letdown.
It was a letdown after the the Raptor reveal, right?
Oh, Car Jeep, man. What's up with Car Jeep's mom?
Oh man? Yeah, Car Jeep's mom's under the weather pretty badly.
Sorry, amigo.
Not doing great. So yeah, send a prayer for Car Jeep's mom.
But so that was a letdown. And a big letdown was you could tell the vehicle that they had in that video was not done. Like they didn't show it do anything. And there's a reason
when scared to do that.
Yes,
there's only a couple of them.
There's a reason you don't show them do anything. Much like the Proto Z, you haven't seen that do anything yet either. Guess why?
Yeah, that they bring those to a couple shows, but it is pretty locked down from what I understand.
Yeah, they of course they snuck a picture from under the hood now, and there's that 3.0 turbo in there, but the Frontier, like. I've said time and time again, I like Allison Witherspoon, who is their kind of head of PR and marketing, or I'm not sure of her exact title right now. But I kind of like her being the face of the vehicle, except for she's putting her politics into a lot of their ads now, which is, you guys know me and Brie Larson. I have no love for that lady.
I will say the last commercial Brie Larson was in, it was
throwback.
It was a decent commercial. There wasn't any whackness in it. It was just a decent regular old commercial, which I was very happy about because I was sitting there like, oh, here we go again. But then I watched it and I was like, oh, all right.
But the problem with her is, Dan, nobody knows who she is. I mean, we only really know her if you recognize her from.
I know she's a cute blonde lady.
Well, she is a cute blonde lady, but if you recognize her from Captain Marvel. Those movies, that's cool. But other than that, she has no star power. And she has so much star power that the next Captain Marvel movie, they've renamed it just to the Marvels because I think they don't want... She's been kind of a difficult person to work with. But I think with a truck, you need truck people to... You need a side person to be the marketing guy for that. And right now, Danny, more than ever, do you think there's a lot of cool actors out there that you might be able to get for a a reasonable price because they're not working too hard right now.
Yeah, they had a little bit of a slowdown last year, that's for sure.
And you know who
I'm
I'd like
sure
to
there's
see do it? Chris Pratt,
oh man,
Star Lord himself.
I'd
Dude.
like to see him do anything really. He's the freak.
Yeah.
He's the man. I love watching him do basically anything. I could just watch him say or do anything. He would be a great like a live spokesperson.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you just let him riff just a tiny little bit,
Yeah,
just
man.
kind of like throw that nonchalant personality. Yeah, that'd be great.
But you know, it is what it is. We can fuss about it and fuss about it. We're never going to change anything because the powers that be are going to do what they want to do. And we're in such a woke society right now, man. Like, and there's been a lot of good come out of wokeness. Don't get me wrong, but there's also comes to a point where you can't be woke enough. It seems like, and I don't want
It's
politics involved in my purchasing at all. I get movies; they're trying to change the world through movies. I get that. I don't always like it, but I get it. But I don't need your politics in my vehicle purchase.
No, you know what that's like beating a dead horse these days. You don't want your politics in most of your things, to tell you the truth. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of stuff comes back to politics. I mean, even tonight, you know, talking about microchips and fuel shortages and whatnot. You know, that's something that comes from our whether it's a defense strategy or whatever. You know, so that stuff does come up. But at the same time, if you're just throwing out like a car commercial, you don't need to be overwoking yourself.
Where are you at, Ricky Bobby?
Ricky Bobby on? We might be able to pull Ricky Bobby.
I'm trying
yank
to
him up here.
I'm trying
pull him
to.
out. We're working on pulling somebody out of the crowd right now.
Yeah, we're just pulling. This is an old school show.
Ford
man.
Lightning ad. Dave, is there a Ford Lightning?
There's a teaser.
Oh, that would be interesting.
Hey Ricky, I tried to friend you on there, so you'll just have to accept my friend request, and we'll get you in here. Yeah, there's a what a great name for Ford to pull out of the. I know this is Nissan, guys, but what a great name for Ford to pull out of the old hat of that they had for an EV truck.
I raced a Ford Lightning back in with the SVT Owners Association on California Speedway infield track. And I burned the brakes right off of it. I was overtaking Mustangs in that thing. Those were so much fun.
Oh, my neighbor's got the Gen 1 Lightning still in his. He daily drives
it like a square body.
Mm-hmm. It's a red.
Nice.
It's red and it's sharp, dude. He's been offered money for it. He's like, no, that's just my truck.
Yeah, those are cool, man. They definitely had their place in the history of. I mean, that was kind of back in the mini truck days, you know, lowered trucks, and they had short beds, and those were a cool truck. That was back in like the Typhoon days. You know, back when.
Oh wait, we've got people coming.
Dave's doing the thing.
You just gotta bear with me
Ricky
just a second,
Bobby!
guys. Bear with me, maybe.
Listen to me, Ricky Bobby.
All right, Ricky, hold on a minute. I've gotta do this. We gotta have patience. Have patience, Dan. Hold on.
We're bringing you in. Look at that. Ask and you shall receive.
Ricky and that landscape or pano he's got there. All right, hold on, Dan. I gotta do something else. Go ahead, Dan.
Right.
Introduce Ricky while we're doing this.
Ricky Bobby. Actually, Zach hopped in and co-hosted for me probably a couple months ago now. Super cool cat. If you haven't met him, you could drive out into the middle of nowhere and meet him in a McDonald's parking lot. High five and get to know him. So fellow Xterra guy. He's hooked me up with a couple cool things for the race truck. And all around a good dude. And one day we're gonna actually off road together. But yeah, welcome in, brother.
Yeah, appreciate it, guys. Just wanted to jump in here really quick. Life has been happening for me and everything that's going on. A few more transformations with the Xterra, so appreciate you having me on really quick. But
I saw you doing some serious off roading on that thing. Some climbs that were a little deep in the paint.
Yeah, I went out to Moab in Utah there, and it was a family trip. It was like kind of a spur of the moment with some friends.
Nice.
They were with a bunch of Jeep people, and it was like a paid group thing. And the next thing I know, he didn't validate that before we went, and it was like, oh, bro, sorry, you got to be paid member to join. So I was like, deuces, man, I'm gonna go do my own thing. So ended up hitting up the chute, went up to the trail, looked up at this big old hill. Next thing I know, people are flying out of my vehicle like, nope, nope, nope. So I don't know. It just felt natural, man. And the very first time I just got the right line and just climbed it. And it was awesome. It was totally cool.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Moab's crazy like that. I'm guessing that was your
Yeah.
first time?
I'm sorry, Sand Hollow. I'm sorry, Sand Hollow.
Okay.
Yeah. First time out there. The rocks out there are just, they're different. They're not like SoCal. Super slippery out here. Utah rocks, like sandpaper. So all I really had to make sure is just my tires were air down, and that was it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's how Moab is.
Great.
It's wild how much traction you can get, and that's why there's so many cool videos of people doing like the bowls and the Hell's Revenge and all these climbs and stuff. You can get into some serious angles climbing up some of that
and
stuff.
then some serious trouble really quick.
It goes
because
from
you're out
wild
that
to
line
wild.
there.
Yeah. So that's man, I miss a lot of that Moab wheeling.
They got Gone Moab about to happen too, Dan.
Yeah, Gone Moab's happening this year again in May.
It's sort of happening. I'll say that. But
yeah, it's not as big. I was trying to get out to it, just didn't work out. That's actually happening in a couple weeks. I think
2 weeks. I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't able to make that happen, but hopefully they will get some good pictures and they get some a little bit of a groundswell going again and things settle down. I know there was still going to be a lot of restrictions on them, and Moab has seemed to start putting a lot more restrictions on a lot of things.
It's weird.
Have
Moab's
like a decibel
weird.
level or something like that you can't have.
Yeah, they're
much
weird
noise.
because they, it's the home of off-roading, it seems like, but then they would rather cater to bicycle guy than actual people who pay the bills.
Yeah. The whole reason the town's there is because of
that and uranium.
One of the reasons. Yeah.
Now, the name of Gone Moab was going to be a thing of the past, if I'm not wrong here, right?
Bill Irish tried
change.
He tried to make it a thing of the past, but good people saved it.
Yeah, good.
That's what happens when you pillage. You pillage an event, and somebody's got to fix those problems. But anyways, I won't argue with that. But
how's the shoulder doing? I know you've been through some serious surgery.
So what did you have done, Ricky? What happened?
So my labrum got redone.
Hey,
I'm
there with you.
I had a fat tear in my tissue about that big by about that long in my arm. And I was just at work. I was doing my job. And it's an old injury. Hasn't happened for many years. It happened. And then had surgery on it. And I got to say.
Later, Frank B.
It's been interesting. It's I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. Recovery's going good now that I'm in PT. A lot of the pain is going away, which is good, and I'm getting more mobility into my arm in front of me. I'm having an issue with the upwards movement and the sideways. And then I got this weird pain that's going down my bicep bone.
I know that pain.
Does it go away? Because I've been asking the doctors.
Eventually.
Okay.
My little this is like Dr. Nation all of a sudden. My bicep used to hurt. Like it just would hurt. And they were just like, oh, it's just what it is. But no, I sleep on my shoulders at night, and that's a nightmare. Yeah, I had 3 pins put in my shoulder. Yeah, it was a fun time. But hey, when you do that, how many do you have? 5?
4. I'm 4 pins in. Yeah.
So my company just hired a kid that he was a wrestler, and he had 6 pins put in his shoulder. Man, I was like, oh my god. But no, I don't wish that sling is horrible. I couldn't.
Oh, dude.
I couldn't sleep in the thing. I just threw it away. I was like, I can't do this.
Yep.
But dude, it takes about 2 years of recovery. I'm telling you, you'll get there. But I went and bought a weight bench here because I just needed to build up strength. But anyways.
Yeah. So the worst part, and we'll touch it really quick, is my job is to climb towers and possibly rescue people. So I don't know how this is all going to work out for me in the future. I'm trying to make a transition into the office, but we'll see.
It may help you out. It may just help you out there.
I'd like to transition out of my office. Beware of what you wish for, sir. I got a bad back, and I'd still rather climb a telephone pole every day. Anyways,
Gotcha.
not that you climb telephone poles, but I'm just throwing that out
Just
as
poles in general.
I just like
I'm my
you know
family
what?
stripper.
Yeah. Well, you tore
That's
your
what he's not
labia,
showing
so
us.
That's how he tore his labia.
His labia.
Anyways, what's some of the new mods on the truck? What have you done since last time we talked? I feel like you did a couple things.
So this was a kind of a quick story on Facebook there, and so I finally got these in. Not very happy with them, but they're done. And then added some more Baja Design front lights there.
Nice.
Got those all nicely done.
Money bags.
And then
hey, Baja Design.
Well, we going broke. And then added another yellow dust light for the rear. And then I'm going to add another white one to the rear. And then I got rid of the whole bro thing to do for the Xteras and the corner bumpers here with the lights. And then just got standard plastic lights, plastic bumper corners just to replace them. So Baja Design, cheap ain't good, good ain't cheap. And that's what I've learned.
Yep.
So that's about it for right now. Yeah.
Nice.
Well, this was brought to you by Hefty Fab Works. If you look at the Jerky's front bumper, Chris Hefty there with the one and only.
That's a bad bumper,
dude.
I love this thing.
So
I don't like two bumpers, and I told Kelly, I was like, when we had our, I was like, I may have to pick that one up because it looks so good.
Yeah, that's a bad beast. I actually was looking at the Frontier one because it kind of worked out with the fenders. So I may end up going that route on my truck if I can ever get my race
Danny,
truck going.
that truck's not. You're gonna sell that red truck, and
no, Dave. That the red truck's going to Lily.
No, Danny, you've been trying to sell this truck.
She's going into high school
for 4 years.
I haven't tried to sell the truck in like 4 years. I've come to the real. I'm never going to sell it now. It's got a little engine tick. It's got giant fenders on it.
Well, you know what's funny is you'll love that truck, and then you give it to your daughter, and in 2 weeks, like she runs into somebody, and you're just like, oh my God.
Then it's insurance. But I mean, me and her have been through a ton of adventures in it, and it's like a part of the family now.
Mm-hmm.
And I've kind of just realized like. It's just it may end up rotting on my side yard. Who knows what's gonna happen to it? But
my son learned to drive in this vehicle at the age of 2, and he's 7 now. I can fully let go of the steering wheel and just control gas and brake. We've been up. I mean, don't quote me on this. 40 miles an hour, 50 miles an hour, but it's the same thing in the desert there. This will become my son's, hopefully. If we can make it that far with it.
What's up, Kevin Monet?
Kevin. Kevin, I meant to hit you up before this show. I wanted to ask you a couple questions about if you have heard anything about some stuff as far as the Pathfinder, and this is something that we're gonna transition into because I went and test drove a bunch of mid-size SUVs. I test drove the VW Atlas. I have a lot of thoughts about that vehicle. I drove the Telluride, I drove the Palisade, and I drove a Ford Explorer and the Ford Explorer RS, which is, dude, the Ford Explorer RS.
Well, yeah.
It's a $58,000 vehicle, which is about $9,000 more than everything else we drove. I'm talking massaging seat, dude. That thing has everything. That's the car that I would buy. That's the one that we all said, oh, of course, let's buy this one. Yeah. 400 horsepower. Mm-hmm. It's a freaking rocket ship.
Is it the 2.7 or the 3.5 in it?
The 3. No, I think it's a 3. It's not the 3.5. It's like a 3.0 or.
Okay.
I think it's a 3.0 because the 3.5 I think they only have in the trucks. I don't remember. I can't keep up with all the eco boosts.
Danny, you're giving me a half chub, dude. I'm gonna have to go take care of this thing. I just wanted to jam in really quick, say hi to my guys.
Yeah,
I appreciate it. Love you guys.
I've been meaning to call you. Let's catch up in the next week or so.
Yeah, sounds good, guys.
Later, Ricky.
Talk to you soon.
See you, bud.
Bye.
Anyhow, this is one of the things that I wanted to talk about, and okay, so
hold on, Dan. I'm trying.
Nice, Danny. He didn't blow himself up in the desert.
I'm trying to bring it back in. There you are. Okay.
Okay, yeah. So Kevin Monet, nice to see Danny. He didn't blow himself up in the desert. Yeah. I was actually on a bomb pad with over 50,000 pounds of high explosive bombs there for
So you ate at Taco
a
Bell,
full
is what
week.
you're saying.
Yeah, hard Taco Bell. Pathfinder training starts June 7th.
Well, you know, my buddy Kevin there, Danny, was 20 minutes from me, and he didn't even let me know. He come into town.
Oh, Kevin, dude.
It was a party foul, dude.
Well, you know what it is, Dave? You're a turncoat.
I'm not a turncoat. I love the Nissan brand, Dan. I'm just frustrated with the brand.
I'm just daggone frustrated. No, that's interesting, Kevin. So here's my thoughts on the vehicles that we drove. So, geez, why is Adobe Flash Players trying to update or something? So first thing we drove is a Telluride. That's the one that my wife has been eyeballing for a while.
You've talked about that for 2 years, I think.
My wife was eyeballing it. Initially, I was like, very cool. We went and drove it. Dude, I felt like that was a very cheap vehicle.
Yeah, it's a Kia.
Those things run when you're getting like the really nice one, whether it's all-wheel drive with all, because my wife wants all the bells and whistles. She wants the start, stop, cruise control, or driver assist, whatever. You know, she wants the topper end line. You know, whether it's the platinums or the whatever, you know, the limiteds or whatever, you know, that manufacturers make it. So those are the vehicles we were comparing for the most part. We did drive a couple of the lower models, and you know, we go, okay, yeah, this is definitely not what we're looking for. So we drive a Telluride. I sit in the front seat. I sit in the back seat. We drive it. Powertrain's pretty decent. It's got a good pickup. Riding, it was, you know, the ride on it was nothing to write home about. Very spacious, but cheap. Everything I felt about that car was cheap. It was not worth it. And then on top of it, we look at the sticker price. There was a $5,000 dealer markup because they sell so quickly. And I was like, $5,000, you can get into something much nicer with that $5,000. Because we were looking, so the Telluride that we looked at, which was a SEX, SEV, whatever the nice one was, it was at like $48,000, which is a lot of money for a Kia.
Mm-hmm.
So then we go and we drive we drove an Explorer next, and we drove I think we drove a Limited, which has a smaller 6-cylinder, I think. And then we drove the RS. I think it's RS. Yeah. The RS has the bigger center screen. It's like a 12-inch or something like that. It's got massaging seats, which, dude, those work. Those are legit. All the leather. It's got the panorama. It is really freaking nice. It's got tons of power. Hold on. I'm just reading over the comments. I really like the. It looked nice. If you sit, excuse me, Kevin, if you sit in the back, in the middle seats, I don't know. I felt like there was some cheapness in a lot of little things. That caught my attention when I got in the Telluride. David Archer says you love the brand, but all you do is trash it. Love-hate relationship. That's Dave's.
I do
Dave's
not
relationship
always
with
trash
Nissan.
the brand.
Dave's relationship with Nissan is a love-hate relationship. He just wishes it was better.
Well, my biggest, I know, Danny, you're getting back into this, but my biggest thing, David, with the brand is kind of how this brand was treated by that brand, and how we pumped a lot of
Yeah.
time into it, and then they trashed us. So
Yeah. It's all right. We're still the people we are.
That's
and
right.
really, our brand is the Dave and Danny Show.
It is.
Okay, nobody cares about the third row seat, Kevin. You just sticking little kids in that. First off, nobody cares about the third row seat other than the fact that you stick the kids in it. They sit in there. They don't care if they're comfy or not. I don't care if they're comfy.
They don't know what comfy
Nobody,
is.
only toddlers fit back there anyways. But yeah, so you know, and it's personal opinion too, or personal preference. So my thought on the Explorer, it's weird because my thought on the Explorer was it had a little bit more fit and finish.
Mm-hmm.
Anyhow, so we drive the Explorer and we go, okay, let's go drive some other stuff. We go and drive the VW Atlas, the most gutless vehicle I have ever driven, dude. This was on par with like a 4-cylinder Jeep Compass or something like that. We get up in the freeway, right? My wife stands on the gas. I was like, give it some gas. I want to see the passing speed on this thing. She gives it the gas, and it doesn't kick down. I'm like, are you flooring it? She's like, I'm floored. I'm telling you, dude, this thing was slower than, like, I don't even know the last time. Like, it felt like a really slow 4-cylinder on the road. Like, I've never had a vehicle that was as slow as that vehicle. And I've had a lot of vehicles. I mean, my 86 Ford Ranger with the 4-cylinder was probably better at passing speed on the freeway. It just didn't. There was nothing. It was the most unexciting thing I've ever sat in. There was maybe one or two things that got me excited. That got me going. Okay, that's kind of nice. There was a couple fit and finish things that were really nice. It was very German in its presentation, very clean and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
There was a couple things I did like about it as far as that was concerned. There was just the overall feel was very economical and clean, but it wasn't in a like everything else about it was like really annoying. You know, you paid kind of a top dollar for a medium level.
Yeah, it's a premium brand basically that you're not getting it.
But that's the thing is like VW isn't really a premium brand in my opinion.
Well, no, but those particular vehicles are trying to
be, but they are definitely not. You know,
so
he's talking about.
Tell me this though, what stops you from looking? I mean, Infinity. Obviously, it's a Nissan show, but Infinity, the QX60 will be out in the next few months. But what stops you guys from maybe Armada? Because you got a new refreshed Armada. Is it the gas?
Too big.
Is it
gas mileage and the size? Jamie has I mean, our Armada. I spent like $350 getting it detailed after we went and drove cars because I'm trying to push this sale off a little while. I want to see the Pathfinder. Kevin Monet, you will love the new Pathfinder. I really, really want to give the Pathfinder its day in the dirt, and maybe not in the actual dirt, but it's due chance.
But what is stopping? Because your wife wants a premium brand vehicle. I know. What stops you from a BMW or Mercedes? Because and the only reason
price point.
Yeah, but they're not. I think you need to look at the price points for what she wants. I think they're in. You get an X5 or something. I think you're more in there than you think.
If you buy used,
not
and
really.
If you buy a couple years,
you guys.
We were looking at like a 48.
Okay.
47 to 48, and X5s are not going to fall in there unless. And she wants all the extra little bells and whistles. And if you want the bells and whistles in an X5, if you want and that's the thing. The second you go into luxury, you can get into something like that. But you're going to be getting base model, so you're not going to be getting quite the amount of luxury items in that better vehicle. And I think she wants to lease because she's
and usually you're better.
She's a car turner. She's a car turner, and in this specific scenario with my wife, she is in a vehicle for 2 years and out of a vehicle. She doesn't like. And you know what? That's now that she's making good money. I'm not going to argue with her. You know, if she wants to lease a vehicle for a couple of years and swap it for whatever,
mine wanted a BMW, and now I'm paying for that. So, but the X5, they got. I know once again, yes, it's a Nissan show, but I know what Danny's wife's been wanting for a while, and I'm looking at X5s on their website right now, and they're leasing at $619 a month for 36 months. 1.9 APR.
Yeah, that's pretty good. You know that's probably one of the. Well,
no, I know what you're saying.
There's definitely some options in there. Yeah, Kevin. Justin Marino just hops in. This is my good buddy Justin. He's my race partner. That's so awesome that he's in here. What's up, brother? He texted me today, or he called me today, and he's like, I'm about to do something stupid. Should I do it? And I say, yeah.
Always do stupid.
He goes, I want to go buy a Hellcat. I'm like, okay. If you've watched any of my videos on my channel, he's the guy that couldn't do a burnout in his Ram truck, in his Ram Rebel, but also did some serious off-roading when we went up to Johnson Valley. But anyways, Kevin Monet, yeah, if you're in LA, shoot, if we're Facebook friends, send me a DM or something like that. I'll give you my my cell phone number, and maybe I'd love to hang out, grab some lunch or something like that. I'll make time for you if you're gonna be out here. I mean, you're not even that far from me when you are home. So let's try and hook up. But he said, yeah, he saw the interior of the new QX60 and it blew him away. I really want to see the fit and finish of the interior, whether it's.
I will say though, Nissan has always had a pretty good fit and finish.
Yeah. I agree. Usually the plastics don't leave me. I mean, unless it's something that they haven't refreshed for 15 years.
The only thing that they've
for the
done,
most part, yeah, their fit and finish is pretty solid.
The only thing like would have ever stopped me from Pathfinder. Well, I thought that this last generation's just ugly, but I like the quality of the insides and stuff. But it's that CVT was always the factor why I never optioned it. Of course, now you're going to get it with a 9-speed transmission, but I'm with you, Dan. I mean, I know that you've been looking for a couple years now. Your wife's been pushing you on this, so
yeah. And I think I pushed her off for a few more months. So the Armada's staying for now,
right?
Because it's our tow vehicle. But hold on, Kevin. I see the Frontier. I understand what Dave says about the interior. It's nice, but it reminds me of a Titan. It's still nice, but mini Titan.
See, look, and this is.
I guess maybe I have to see it in person. But I mean, I like Titan. I don't know why.
No, I owned a Titan, guys, and I love my Titan. Best full size truck I've ever owned. Other than just a couple.
How many full size trucks have you owned?
About 4.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've had a few.
I forgot how old you were.
Yeah, come on, Dan. But there's only a couple things. I think the radio looks dated in it, and we commented about that when we saw it. When we saw the 2020 in person, I thought, dude, that 9-speed's great in that truck. That 5.6 is the best V8 in that class. It's a great V8 in that thing. But to bring a Frontier out with damn near identical interior that's already 6 years old, I just.
Yeah, we'll see how it does and what price points and how well. I'm very interested to see how it competes with what's on the market right now, and if they can, if it's going to be, if it doesn't have the tech as some of the other competitors, so that might help it. It could in this day and age.
Yeah.
I don't know how things are. Dave Archer says Mercedes-Benz Gla 45 AMG.
Yeah, of course.
Hell yeah, dude. That's why I was trying to talk the wife into the Explorer RS because it has 400 horsepower and you can tune it to like 480.
Oh, speaking of that,
it's
Dan,
a rocket ship. It's got bigger brakes. It's got
yeah,
dude. It's got stiffer suspension. But it's like 58,000. So it's kind of out of the price point. But like. Dude, it's fast, and
I'm pretty sure, Danny.
I'm a sucker for some speed.
I'm gonna look that up, but I'm pretty sure they put the 2.7 in that thing because the Bronco that I've ordered. Welcome to Bronco Nation. The Bronco I've ordered is a 2.7, and it's 310 horsepower without tuning and 400 foot-pound of torque. So, but then the fuel economy came out this week on that thing, and it's 17 all the way around.
For the Bronco?
Yeah, but that's with 35s, and there's no aerodynamics to that.
17s is good, Dave.
Well, yeah, compared to my Xterra, that was like 13, maybe.
Dave, my truck gets maybe it gets 13 on a long road trip, kind of.
Which Ford were you looking at again? I'm curious now.
Explorer RS. Do 2020 because I think, or 2021 and 20 or 22, whatever. I think 21 is it's probably the same, but.
Well, they show it doing towy things. With an off-road camper on the Fords.
Yeah, it could probably tow some stuff. But
let's see. Let's build and price this. I'm not going to put... This is a Nissan, so I don't want to show it up here, but I'm just curious.
Yeah. But anyway, so I didn't quite finish. So we ended up going and looking at one more, which was the Hyundai Palisade Platinum. And that was my wife fell in love with that one. That was a
Palisades?
that was a really nice vehicle. And because it was about the same price as the Telluride, because the Telluride, they had dealer markups of $5,000. And so that if you get the extra platinum package on the Palisade, which very, very similar vehicle, it's almost the exact same vehicle. It's just they change them up a little bit. You know, it's a different interior, different fascia, but the bones of it are about the same. So the drive on it's very similar. But it was a really, really nice car. I will have to say that was probably one of the best all-around cars we drove. It had all the options. It had, the power up and down rear seats. The fit and finish on it was nice. It had all the stop and go, active cruise controls and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. So Danny, it's the ST model, not the RS.
ST, sorry.
Yeah,
the ST.
So
yeah,
I was like. But so let's see, a twin turbo 3-liter V6, 400 horsepower,
so
and 415 foot-pounds of torque.
Yeah, dude, they're rockets, dude. You
Yeah.
step on that pedal and you put it in sport mode and step on that thing. It did ride a little bit rough. So that it has a stiffer suspension for handling, which I don't know. I think that's kind of dumb. Like nobody's really going to take that on the street. But I guess maybe if you want to put that much horsepower in, you might want it to corner a little bit better.
What do you think the top speed is in that thing?
Oh, I don't know. What?
No, guess.
Limited at something. I don't know. 150?
143.
Ooh, I was right there. Yeah, nobody should be doing 143 in that thing unless they're like, what are you going to do? Like drag race it?
I'm curious what the top speed is, or the quarter
I did do a couple Googles on it, or a couple YouTube searches on it, and there's definitely guys that are taking them and tuning them up and just making massive power on them. It's pretty ridiculous.
5.3. It's not as good as I thought it would be though. On a quarter mile, not bad. 13.9. I mean, that's still compared
13.9 quarters.
Yeah, at 99 miles
stock
an hour.
Vehicle. Yeah, under 14 in my opinion is pretty solid for a
family cruiser, the family truckster.
Yeah, that's no joke.
You getting that, man? You get that vehicle. Wait! You get that vehicle, and you gotta play Holiday Road from Vacation, man. For the family truckster.
Hell yeah, Justin. Did you get a Hellcat? That's what I'm asking. Because Justin
sounds like he did.
He said he could do burnouts now, but I don't know. He's one of those guys that, I mean, he's definitely not going to tell. He's a ask for forgiveness, not a permission guy with his wife. And so I just want to. I wish he would just video himself coming home with that car, so I could see his wife freak out.
So let me ask the nation this. So obviously, if the Frontier was a little closer, I may have one in the driveway. Now you guys know clearly I wore the Bronco shirt just for fun, but I would own the new Frontier. So obviously Bronco production has been like wacky right now. The wife found out. He said,
which means the plan got kiboshed.
in the morning. So let me ask you guys this. So, and I'm going to lay this out from what I think is about to happen. Kevin Monet may argue differently, but I think we're about to really be in a shortage of vehicles. I think
big time.
I think that what we're seeing now with the microchip issues, like I was saying earlier, it's been more of a metal issue than microchips for manufacturing. And that varies per make and model. But I have an option, Dan. So I was told by a Ford exec that I may not see my Bronco till 22. And I'm a day 3 order. Like I'm very early on. And they're having a problem producing tops, is my understanding. They can make maybe 100 tops a day right now. It's ridiculous. I don't know how Jeep does it, but Ford doesn't seem to know how to build a plastic top. So if you had the option to buy a Jeep Gladiator, or in knowing that the Bronco wasn't going to be out till this time next year, would you go for the Frontier? But I may not see the Frontier till September, so I could go get a Gladiator right now. And with Gladiator, because it's not as popular as Wrangler, they're throwing about $5,000 on top of retail, or off of retail. Obviously, Frontier is going to be at retail for a while, and I desperately need a vehicle here. The old BMW is doing BMW things right now, and Danny, there may be a chance that Thursday I go buy something.
If you go buy a Gladiator, then that's cool. Just don't call me.
That's cool, I guess.
I mean, I don't know. Gladiator to me is just, it is what it is, Dave.
I know.
It's like rolling. It's like, hey, should I go roll in peanut butter and then slather myself with a bunch of coins, or should I just go
Bitcoins?
fishing for the afternoon?
What about Bitcoins?
No, not Bitcoins.
Oh.
More like pennies.
Ah.
Like, yeah, slather yourself in peanut butter and then roll around in pennies. Or should we go fishing this afternoon? That's my opinion.
Okay. But I mean, what other option are out there? So I want some sort of an adventure style vehicle. The current Frontier is off my list right now, just because.
And you'd probably be looking for something that's kind of like plug and play. It's not like you're gonna get something for whatever a year, and mod it to hell, and then. I mean, I'm very curious about the Chevy ZR2s. I think those are pretty cool.
Well, the
gas motor.
And part of the hiccup with this is I need it for content for the other channel, All Terrain Nation.
Yeah.
I really do like the ZR2 package, but the problem is there's no interest in that thing. Like,
yeah, it's more of a Nissan style.
Oh,
fly trap.
Friends don't let friends.
Yeah, friends don't let friends buy Jeeps. That's what I'm talking about. Fly trap.
But it's,
yeah, Dave,
I
think
Toyota. I don't want to pay Toyota markup. I honestly did think about a 4Runner, about going and getting a TRD 4Runner.
A little played out.
There's
a lot that goes into that.
But my problem is
for a 1 year kind of purchase or a 1 year thing, it does have to, like I said, it does have to be plug and play.
Well, and I think when I was saying that in a couple months you're not going to find new cars on lots. I think they're going to be very sporadic. So I've got to make something soon. And I don't think if there's no cars on the lots, that means the used values are going to go. They're going to hold value. So yeah. I'm in a weird position with this, man. The timing is bad on everything, and even if I could lease an Armada for a year, the new Armada, I would be very interested in that. But the problem is they want $7,000 down.
Yeah,
and I don't.
They want there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a hard spot to need something. I think you should just go find something cheap that's as fun as possible for
a Nissan Juke.
No, something that's as fun as possible.
Oh,
I said.
Well, you didn't drive the Juke, dude. That thing tuned.
I just busted your balls.
I
wish I got to drive the Juke.
It's
like
local.
It's
still local. He's a fan of the show. A fan actually bought that. A listener of the show, a viewer of the show, bought that car.
Nice. Dang, Flytrap coming in hot.
I know, dude.
Yeah, Dave. I think you should just go and buy something fun and exciting. Just go find something weird and quirky, like a 4-wheel drive Eagle or something like that. Remember those things?
I know where a bunch of them are.
What?
Yeah, I know where a barn full of those things are.
Go get one, Dave.
The old Jeeps, basically. The old
Yeah, it's not an Eagle. It's not an Eagle Talon. What do they call? What was it? I can't remember what the.
Are we on the
brand
same
was.
page?
It's like the car 4-wheel drive.
Yeah, they just put a body on top of a old Wrangler and called it.
Or what? It was like that wasn't a Wagoneer frame. It was something. I think it was like some
straight
kind
axle.
Of Chrysler. Yeah, it was some kind of Chrysler product. But I think those things are the coolest things ever, dude. It's just like those weird. But that's who we are, Dave.
I know where
weird
20 of those things are sitting in a barn.
Oh my gosh!
And what's funny
was that from Surveyor days?
Yeah, but what happened was this company used them as their company vehicles, and they owned apartments, so they were just the general maintenance guy's little vehicle, and they would at about 100,000. Old cars, 100,000 miles was a lot of miles on a car.
Yeah.
So they would put them in a barn.
AMC Eagle Flytrap. Get me an AMC Eagle.
If I have a line on them, spill.
Dude, I need an AMC. I saw one driving yesterday. I need an AMC Eagle in my life.
Or a Pacer.
No, I don't like Pacers.
Those are so
Those
weird.
Things, it's like a Gremlin, but different.
Yeah. I know where a drivable Gremlin is, too.
Oh, yuck.
Yeah,
those things. I mean, they definitely have some nostalgia look to them, and like I like them, but I do not. They're not because they look good.
No,
they're just a weird nostalgia vehicle.
What if we could find a Yugo?
Oh, You go.
It may never go, but no. But I do need something a little nice though. And obviously like the Juke, I love that Juke, but there was not a lot of resale value to that thing.
Ooh, Murano Cabriolet.
I've been looking. The problem is they still
I just want you to
dumb
give me
money.
the seats. I need you to give me the seats out of one, Dave.
No, you're not getting my seats.
I need a Murano Cabriolet seats.
Why do you need Murano Cabriolet seats?
Who is it that told us the Murano Cabriolet seats are the most comfortable seats they've ever sat in?
Who was that? That was on the show.
Who was that? Yeah, I can't remember who it was.
I was it
seriously Kevin? I think was it Kevin? I think Kevin
been.
said that, wasn't it? He's like, whatever you say about those things, he's like, it's the most comfortable seats I've ever rode.
Have you
in.
ever seen the back seats of those? Dude, there's about this much legroom. I kid you not. Like it's a 2-seater that has 4 seats.
Oh, Suzuki. No, Dave. I know what you should buy. What was that Mitsubishi?
Let's swap a Yugo.
What was that Mitsubishi? That Crosstrek. You should buy a Mitsubishi.
No, that's a
Isuzu Crosstrek. You gotta find an Isuzu Crosstrek, dude. I heard
those are
things
bringing
the
money
coolest
now.
thing. Yeah, they're kind of money, but dude, those things were cool, bro.
Well, so I was an Amigo guy. I had a 92 Isuzu Amigo. That's one of the most fun vehicles I've ever had. That
Amigos, my brother's girlfriend had one, and I fixed it a couple times.
Well, it's an Isuzu product,
but it's kind of like those old Bronco 2s, which I think you should buy a Bronco 2.
If you could find one that's
one
not
of my
rusted.
It's one of my favorite. Oh yeah, out where you're at. But that's one of my favorite old school little trucks. I mean, I had a '86 Ford Ranger like single cab, which is basically the same thing, but it wasn't that little. And then my buddy had one, and I think eventually I might buy one of those.
Yeah.
But I think that would be a good lead up. You should go find a little Bronco 2. And experience that, and that as like your little brother car.
I said it in one of my videos where I was at the Bronco event. I showed a Bronco 2, the little square headlight one, and I had a high school girlfriend that had the Bronco 2 with the kind of the last version of it that had the bigger grill and stuff. That was a fun little thing to drive, man. They really was. It had that weird suspension that it wasn't. It was when they were
twin I-beam.
Yes, it was weird.
The old scissors.
Yeah.
Hey, Kevin's asking a question. Do you guys know on average how many chips are used in a vehicle?
Lay's or Frito-Lay?
So, I mean, of course, this question can let's just go with on average. We'll say like a medium size coupe, or not coupe, but like a car. Or truck, midsize, not like the most. I'm gonna say. I'm trying to think of all the modules that are used in those things, there's gonna be at least one processor in each module.
But you've also got all the safety.
I don't know.
Now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say probably. I'm gonna say 89.
89. I think that's too high. I'm thinking maybe in like the 22 range.
Spill the beans, Kevin.
Kevin, what's on average? I mean, BMW might be up in the 60.
I know. Trust me.
40. Well, I'd say BMW might be in the 40 range, but I'm gonna say like mid 20s. Spill it, Kevin.
Come on, Kevin.
We're on a lag, so
I know.
But
this lag was brought to you by Maker's Mark.
Rust-free B2 right now. Man, yeah, those little Bronco 2s, it's fun, dude. You get a little back seat, you get that little hatch. Marino says 112.
Oh, and Danny, I was looking at some Hellcats this weekend, by the way.
Oh, were you really?
Yeah, because that's not off the table of a car. 12. Okay. Well, I'm glad my 89 was way out there.
Yeah, that's probably in like a. Maybe I wonder if Tesla. No, Tesla probably. I don't think that they would use as many. I think they would use.
Dave wins. No, I think Danny was a little.
No,
closer.
Dave was 89. I was in the low to mid 20s. Anyhow.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
But yeah, dude, that per vehicle, and let's just say one manufacturer is gonna they make 200,000 cars a year or 250,000 cars a year or something like that.
So Dan and Kevin, if you're out there, I'm curious. Here's a question for you: with all the problems the manufacturers are having right now, and of course Nissan's included in all this, where does that put the Maxima? Because I had said for a while now that Maxima can go two ways, EV or dead.
You cannot put out another front wheel drive luxury car in the market. I don't care how many. I don't care if it's hybrid even. It's just not. It's going to be abysmal. It's going to be boring. No matter how. It's just not going to. It would have to be so tech central and so. It'd have to be a plug-in hybrid, if anything. It would have to have all the tech to hang with what's on the market right now.
I really do think that it's going to go EV, man. I really do. I think they're going to use the Aria platform under it.
I think they should if they want to hang.
And that gives you it gives you two brands. It gives you the EV brand of Nissan, and then you continue to make the combustible engine brand. And
use those little variable combustion engines in their whether it's the Altima or Sentra, their little 4-cylinders. They can still put out a little bit of horsepower on those things, and I think that they should go away from the Leaf and bring the Versa. I think they should kind of combine the Versa and the Leaf.
Well, they're kind of the same thing already, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's like you kind of have two of the same thing. They should combine those and call it what you want, but have one vehicle in that segment and just keep that electric too. So you have an affordable electric, and then you have a little bit more, a Tesla competitor at maybe a lower price point or whatever.
Well, and on Maxima, why I was asking Maxima, because the 40th anniversary is about up, and I was told that was the last year of that body style.
Yeah.
And so Kevin says they...
Which I think put the name on the shelf is probably the best idea for them until they can hone their electric capacity.
Well, could you imagine them doing a Model S, make it a little bigger, because it's going to have to be a little bigger if it's on the Aria platform, and it's an all-wheel drive, a little bit lowered, make it a freaking sports sedan like it deserves to be.
Yeah, if it's electric, it's gonna be sporty, and the last Maxima looked amazing, but it was still just a front-wheel drive vehicle.
Do you remember when that dropped? And it was what was it, 15? It was the year I predicted the Super Bowl outcome, and the commercial popped on the Super Bowl, and we were like nuts about it. It was like a really good commercial.
Yeah, it was it had wonderful body lines. I think it still is a beautiful car, but it just doesn't have the bones,
Yeah, no, and
you even drove it, right?
Mm-hmm.
You went and drove one.
I got
I was fast.
I was in a pre-production model of that thing.
It was still CVT, right? It's still CVT, right?
Yeah, but it was. I mean, they're tuned like it feels.
I remember you said, it felt good for what it was, but that's the thing is you don't want a car that you get in, and you're like, yeah, it's quick and it feels good for what it is. You want to get in a car and go, damn, dude, this thing goes and feels like it looks, and it's not like it's almost as good as it looks.
Yeah.
you know?
Well, that's been Nissan's problem here lately is they designed such a good looking vehicle that it's underwhelming when you drive it because that transmission, and you can dog that transmission. They will go blue in the face, and they're slowly moving away from it from some of the things, but certain cars have to have that. Sentra's going to have it. Versa, that kind of stuff's going to have it. But Altima, get away from it. Put that 9-speed. And I think you're going to see that 9-speed in a refreshed Altima.
Yeah, just put a dead horse to bed.
Yeah.
Is that the saying? I think put a dead horse to bed is the saying.
But, and what was funny was I had people telling me a year and a half ago, they can't put a 9-speed. They don't make a front-wheel drive 9-speed for the Pathfinder, this and that. And I was like, hey, man. I was told this directly by people at Nissan, and people would fight me on that. And now we have a new Pathfinder coming with that transmission, and I think they could do it in the Altima and the Maxima if they really wanted to.
And they don't even need to put a freaking 9-speed, 12-speed, whatever. They just put a decent transmission behind it. Just put a regular. Put a 7-speed in it. F whatever you want. Just don't put that other transmission in, and get them all bought back. You know what I'm saying?
See, Kevin says Brie Larson isn't going anywhere. We heard last week that the last commercial scored very well with the audience.
Yeah,
In fact,
because
it's the
they
highest.
spent most of the time talking about the. Sorry, finish the sentence.
Well, it says it's the highest for any car commercial in 3 years. But yeah, you know why? It's not Brie Larson. It's the fact that it was they were paying homage to the old. You know, if you there was the little Hot Wheels going down the track, which pays homage to those '90s commercials where it was the Mr. K kind of
Yeah.
that stuff. It shows like an old Z in a commercial, and you got the first look at the Frontier. Well, duh, it's going to score well.
Yeah, but there was heritage. It was a good solid commercial.
Yeah.
It was a good commercial.
But if the average person doesn't know who she is, Well,
I don't think people are, the average person, and I look at it from like a general perspective. If you're just seeing this on the TV, you're not paying much attention. You're not thinking about the last time Brie Larson came out and had this friggin' whatever woke commercial or whatever it was. So if you're just looking at it from a car perspective and barely paying attention to the actual words and the theory behind the commercial, or whatever. All you're seeing is not the theory. All you're seeing is kind of like what they're portraying, this history, sports cars, and they're moving forward with some cool new stuff. That's kind of the general gist of the commercial, and that's what you're supposed to take from it. You're not supposed to do a double take and be like, what are they trying to say?
Well, let's pull it out. Give me just a second, guy. I want to pull this commercial
You're gonna try and pull the commercial up?
Yeah, I want to pull it up because.
But I could. Oh, Jim Bob's in the house.
Jim
It's
Bob.
been too long, Jim Bob. And Jim Bob tried to call me the other night, and I don't know. I think the next day or something like that, I saw that that you tried to call me, Jim Bob. But let's have a chat. It's been way too long since we chatted.
We need to
FaceTime.
We need an adventure with Jim Bob. I'm telling you, man.
We need a dude. It's just we've been I've been a year or like 2 years now because I was slowing down with adventures out there, and hopefully let's make it a point for all you homies out there to get to Went, even if you're gonna come down for the day or an overnight or something like that. Let's try and make that happen.
Yeah, well, it's the last year.
I say that, but my wife is trying to plan a Cabo trip at the end of September. So,
well, Dan, I may go with you. How about that? Well, you can handle yourself. I need to go to Cabo.
So let's just go the first weekend of September.
There you go. Let's see. Oh, Dan, could you imagine me and you in Mexico? We'd be a lot of trouble, dude.
A lot of donkeys.
A lot of donkeys. All right, let's see here. Give me just
Jeep Commando, unique. Ooh, that's the Jeep truck, right?
The Comanche.
That would be cool.
Was
it a Comanche?
Here's the ad, guys. So if you're not what we're talking about, so yeah, you got a cool.
Driving was fun.
Look, she did. That girl cannot shift a car.
Freedom, inspiration. Cars were our sanctuaries and co-conspirators. We had posters on our bedroom walls and toy tracks running down our stairs. But somewhere along the line, cars just got boring. You deserve a car that thrills you.
And I'm really behind you right now.
Like hot yellow
Hasn't
sports cars
just started
with
playing.
wheels. Pickup trucks that can take you places you never knew existed. Colorful crossovers. Electric cars that have driven billions of emission-free miles far out. And cars loaded with technology. You deserve a car that gives you something back when you hit the pedal. And there's a car company that believes that too.
I do like that she's got that the look of like a Farrah Fawcett look. At least in the beginning.
Is the new Nissan.
And that ding I hate that noise, the Nissan noise or whatever they. So there was the commercial, Dan. Let me tell you this. So there was a picture.
Kevin, real quick. Kevin, is the Kick still kicking? The Kicks is such a fun little vehicle. I've seen a couple other manufacturers throw something out. I think the Kicks is leading the market in that fun little tweener segment.
Let's see. So Danny, did you see the the picture of Nissan research and development testing the Frontier out in Moab?
I remember seeing a picture of it. Was there a video about it? Or just a picture? I thought I saw a picture.
There was a picture. I'm seeing if our boy Ronald, he has some pictures of it, and Ronald is on top of the game. Let me tell you, Ronald is.
Yeah,
like,
Ronald. Well, he has to be because his cruise line got shut down. Sorry, not to be mean, Ronald, but that's what happened in the world.
Let's see. All right, so I'm pulling it up, but this isn't the picture I exactly would like to pull up. But
Don't lie, Kevin. I know you. I know you like that Farrah Fawcett look.
So Nissan's been busy testing the Pro 4X out in Moab, and as they should. I think if you learned anything from Bronco and Jeep, you should test this thing out there.
It needs to have some chops done.
So Danny, I'm a sucker for a white Pro 4X, and there it is. There's a white picture of a white Pro 4X there. Looks great. The tires look horrible. This thing should have some sort of beefier tire than this garbage they're putting on it. But that is what it is. But there's a photo. Oh, it may be it. Let's see. This is the dumbest thing I've seen. This is a guy that's never been to Moab that's like, oh, cool, look, my truck is like tire to tire and I can walk under the truck. I'm just like, this screams to me, I've never been to Moab, and this is what I want to look like.
I don't like the white.
Sorry,
Dave.
I don't like the Pro 4X badging either, but
yeah, we differ on many things, and white's not usually my color.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's on Finn's. That picture of him sitting underneath it.
But that's dumb.
So
if that's what you're like, if you're like excited by that, you don't know off-roading at all, and you don't deserve to.
I wonder if those are the steps, which are pretty low pro. Which I appreciate the low pro little step things that they have on there. Hopefully they don't have steps that push into your tires. Remember the Xterra?
Yes.
You had to, if you were gonna go off road, you had to yank the steps off because they would just smush into your tire and then you get stuck. Yeah, I think that's on Finn's.
I don't know.
It might be Hell's, but I think that's on Finn's.
Maybe that's some sort of rock slider. I don't know. I don't think they've really mentioned about that. But that's like, I'm happy that they're taking the truck out and doing these truck things with it. But I'm just like, really? Like, no, this wasn't Nissan just like throwing these things out. Don't get me wrong. It's it's just a guy out there just doing his thing. But I think the white to me is the best color I've seen on that new Frontier so far.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I just think that Frontier in a tan is just where it's at.
Yeah, that's a good color.
I like the Battleship. I like the Battleship gray though too. But the tan is where it's going to be at for me, of course.
Would you?
But I'm the military dude. I like of course.
Would you? So as we wind this thing down, Dan, it's been a minute or an hour 18. But would you consider a new Frontier, Dan? And let me ask this: knowing that it's the same frame as what you basically have now, which there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, you don't have that 3.8 liter, V6, so that would be new to you in the transmission. But knowing it was kind of like you sort of have this truck already, would you go out and buy it?
Immediately. If I didn't need a tow vehicle, I would buy that truck tomorrow.
Right.
Absolutely. Without even blinking an eye. If like my truck is tired and it's been beat to hell, if I didn't need a full size in a tow vehicle because of my family, etc., etc.
This looks like a picture of a Dakota Racers on their first off-road adventure.
It really does. It really does. That's exactly what that picture is. But yeah, my Tacoma is, it's hitting 100, or my Tacoma, my Frontier is hitting 120,000 miles. It's seen a hard life. It has seen a very, very hard life. I would keep it and I would just go get a new one.
No, I would own this truck. Only a couple little things like Nissan and their tires, like they love these general
of course
grabbers. Like
are those general grabbers? I don't think they are.
I think that's what they're still.
It looks like a new weird. I mean, it's not the ATX. It might be a general grabber MTX. I don't know. Not a mud train, but anyhow, it's yeah. They're just some general. You know what? They're trying. They have to put on something that's not loud on the freeway and that doesn't get good grip on the.
Oh, by the way, look at this, Dan. This is very and I love this. But look at the bumper of this thing. They've already ripped the bumper. They would if
Did they
Nissan
already
saw
tear
this.
up?
Yeah, look at the. You'll see it in just a second. I widen the picture just a little bit, but the bumper on this thing is already peeled. Yeah,
Well, of
I'm gonna
course.
zoom
I
it.
mean, if you take anything on most of those trails in Moab, you're gonna scruff or scrub the hand cooks. Kevin Manai said hand cooks.
Yeah, that's
I'm
what I
not
meant.
surprised. I
That's
could
what they
definitely
run
see some
now.
hand cooks.
It's a good tire. Don't get me wrong. I used it on my company vehicle. It's all right. I mean, for what it is.
It's in the budget realm.
Yeah. Which this
You know,
truck's
they're
already.
they're trying to come up like Nitto has and some of the other big brands.
Can you see the bumper now, Dan?
I don't
I zoomed
think
in.
I can see it yet. Would look great on some Nexons. Conti AT. No,
Continental
General
ATs?
ATX. Or Justin said Conti ATs.
I
So
think
I
this,
could see that.
I think,
Oh yeah, they nerfed that rear
Yeah.
bumper for sure.
and
That looks exactly like the bumper on the rental F-150 when I took the rental F-150 out and I had to jump. I had to jump on the bumper to flatten it out so I didn't get busted.
Ooh, these are spicy, Kevin. Oh, Danny, I got some
Oh,
spicy photos.
Kevin sent you some photos.
Yeah, dude.
Hey,
No,
Dave,
no,
send Kevin my send
No.
Kevin my my phone number
I can't do it.
so we can get. Apparently, Kevin sent D pics or
Yeah.
F pics.
Kevin, can I
Instead
just
of
Kevin, can I
send-
flash these out here? It's the green. It's the Army Green Frontier.
What?
Yeah.
What? Oh, that's not.
Look at that.
Oh, I need it.
All
Dave,
right.
just send it to me. Send it to me. Also, text Kevin my phone number. Kev, get my phone number so that when you're in town, shoot me a message or if you got some time or something like that, so we can hook up and grab some lunch or something. Yeah, they're definitely not generals. I think the Contis might be the Conti AT. It does look a little Conti AT, doesn't it? Justin's a tire guru, guys.
No
So-
porno. But I really do think that's the one. If I were to pick that truck right now, it's they're the Dyna Pro AT2s is what's on it.
Dyna
They
Pros.
just don't look off-road worthy to be on the Pro 4X. It's
Gotcha.
probably a solid AT tire for everyday use, but I want to feel like that Pro 4X should have something like a BF Goodrich or something on there.
Yeah, but they're not gonna. I mean, yeah, they're
What?
nothing. What I was gonna do is comment on the wheels. I really like the wheels. They took that 2017 Pro
Well.
4X wheel. They tuned it up a little bit.
Look
and
at the
I
Tacoma
think that
wheels.
was one of the best wheels.
And you're going to see the Tacoma wheels. These look exactly like Tacoma wheels, man. I
But
know
Nissan has been doing these wheels, and it's just a new version of the Nissan wheel from back when the Pro 4X came out in 2015, 2014.
All right.
When they switched up, it was the I think it was 2014 or 2015 when they came out with the new Pro 4X.
It was 13 when they came out with those wheels.
Yeah, because we saw them first at Went,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
With the updated Pro 4X.
All right, I'm editing this picture so we can post this up here, Dan, because I want you
Oh,
to see
yeah.
this color. So just bear with
I'm
me.
excited.
The Army Green looks really good on these things. I will say that. Thank you, Kevin. I will use those how I want. But I want it. There's certain things I don't want in the background. So bear with me, guys. Bear with me. This green is it's really
Hey Kevin, I just wanted to say thanks for hopping in here and floating your time with us and all your knowledge. Like I said, I kind of wanted to hit you up and get the latest on training dates from you and stuff like that, so we could keep up on if Nissan's going to meet their goals, and it sounds like they are, which is kind of like what I was saying earlier, Dave, before Kevin hopped in. Was I was talking smack about Bronco not meeting its goals, but if we can see August September timeframes for Pathfinder and Frontier, I'm gonna be a happy dude. And I told my wife, I'm like, let's push this off until August for the car purchase. So I bought myself some time with a fresh detail on the Armada.
Nice.
So if I can get her into a Pathfinder, at least just to drive it and see how it is, and we can get in a good price point with that. Because I mean, I'd like to get into a mid 40s on a Pathfinder with a lot of the options. So not sure how they're going to come out with price points, but
Oh,
be
there
nice
you go,
to
guys.
have.
There you can see the Army Green with the Pro 4X badging. It'll pop up in just a second for you, Dan. And
All right.
and you can see those kind of rip off of Toyota
I'm gonna-
wheels.
Patient Dave, you're the worst, dude.
Nah,
You're the
dude,
worst.
I like the truck, man. I have to give it a little shit. I just have to give it a little crap, man.
I like the taillights. I'm still looking at that.
I
picture
do
of
like the taillights
bent
on that
bumper.
truck a lot.
I do like the taillights. They're super clean and like they got, in my opinion, they got. Oh, I like that color, Dave. Ooh, it's a little green for me, but I like it. Ooh, damn.
So,
Oh man, I like that. I like that a lot, Dave.
yeah, I like that color a lot, man. Hopefully, so Chicago Auto Show is coming up, and I'm thinking about going, Dan.
When's that?
It's June or July. Normally it's in February, but I think they're lifting restrictions, and I may fly up there. And Dan, maybe we fly up to Chicago for a fun adventure.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Yeah, we'll hash that.
I will
one.
say those wheels in the black look really good, dude.
Mhm.
On that green,
Yeah.
that wheel in obsidian. That's not the green color.
That's
I
great.
don't know. Obsidian isn't green, is it?
Oh, I don't know. It's
They're saying Kevin said obsidian, and then Justin Marino said it's obsidian. I'm not sure what they're talking about.
all right, Dan. I'm giving you. I'm sending you. Or
Kevin,
Kevin's
so
gonna
you're sharing my deets with Kevin so he can slide into my DMs.
That's right, bro.
Uh,
All right. Sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I know I'm trying to share this content.
The difference between me and you, Dave, is Kevin's probably gonna text me when he's in town.
Do what? Say that again.
I said the difference between me and you is Kevin will actually text me when he's in town.
Wow. That is that's evil.
Matt's Volta, what's up, buddy? Yeah, so I gotta piss. I appreciate those picks, Kevin. Glad we got to see a new color on this thing. That's big news. That's cool.
It's good news.
I'm excited to see that color in person, to tell you the truth. I love the tan. I think that green's gonna be something I have to see in color because it's like right now it's cool. It's almost a little too green for him. It's hard to say.
It's too green.
It's too green.
Why
for,
would they
like,
have green as
because
green?
you want green, you want that green to be like OD, because they have the battleship gray, they have the desert tan, they have the OD green. Obviously those are like popular colors.
Matt, you won't come to.
Oh, so that's an obsidian green? Is that what you're trying to say, Kevin?
That's the official name of it. Oh. And Matt, you're not leaving California. Don't tease us like that. Like you want to come.
Wait,
see.
Matt's in California?
Yeah, that's with the off-road, or not off-road podcast. Matt, what's the name of your damn show? I'm drinking right now.
That's Matt. Matt.
Yeah, Frontier Matt.
Oh, what's up, Matt?
Um,
I wish I'd get out with those guys. I never I follow them and I listen to some of their shows and stuff, but it's like anytime they're talking about doing something, I'm like, well, I'm busy that weekend. So
what's up, Barkeep? Thank you for dropping in.
Barkeep,
well,
what's
Barkeep,
up,
we're
dude?
we're
Been a
about to
hot
close.
minute.
We're about to close shop. So it
yeah,
doesn't.
day late, $1 short, buddy. Drop
Hey.
us to a super chat and get out of here.
yeah. Where's the money? Show us
Yeah.
the money. Dan, this has been fun, buddy.
Yeah, dude, it's been way too long. To tell you the truth, guys, I've been down in the dumps just because I was at training. I haven't been able to do this with all you guys. I haven't been able to work on my truck. Work's been rough. So I'm super stoked to hop on here and shoot the shit with you guys and get back into this little world that I kind of have been living in for the last 6 years. I don't even know how long we've been doing this, Dave. But like I had a really good time tonight. I appreciate you guys all logging in. Matt, let's shoot me some DMs on your trail. Because I've been super out of the mix with military training stuff. So Kevin, thanks for hopping in and keeping us notified on the ins and outs and the secrets of Nissan stuff, so that we can keep all of our people in the know-how. But yeah, Dave, super stoked to be able to do this again. We're gonna try. I'm really gonna try and start getting back into the flow of things, putting up some videos and stuff like that. Just bear with me as I try and balance family life and military life and this
media life.
side gig. Media life.
But we're getting, dude. We haven't seen each other since November of 19. That was the last Titan adventure.
Oh my gosh, dude, that's been a year and a half.
I just want to do something. We've often said that we need to just go out in the middle of Kansas or something, meet up somewhere, and just rent a Nissan and just go have fun and record it and just be silly. So
yeah, we've had a lot of ideas, but we've been railroaded pretty hard for the last year and a half.
I think
Hey, Barkeep, I was just joking, but I love it, dude. Thanks, buddy. There you go, man.
Oh, Barkeep.
Sweet, dude.
So too nice.
Appreciate it, bro.
Too nice.
But yeah, Dave, before we used to see each other at least once, if not twice a year for adventures. So we're gonna have to do something soon. But yeah, and we'll try and make sure and take video and post it up and keep you guys up to date on all the fun travels and things. So
so whether it be two-wheel drive. Wait, that's the wrong one.
Thanks for watching. This is the Nissan Nation. You guys are the Nissan Nation. We love you, and we will see you later.
Peace, everybody.